Everybody knows, yeah, everybody knows. And I can feel your body shaking every single touch. And that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. I find it so hard being addicted to your love. I find it so hard being addicted to your touch. I find it so hard knowing that you are just my drug. And I find it so hard knowing you treated me like a mark. We ain't gotta talk about it.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Madam 81, and I'm coming back to you again. This is a breaking news clip from CNN. They are talking about the footage. Police have released the footage of Jussie Smollett, the initial meeting between him and the Chicago Police Department. And in the video, he is wearing what looks to be a noose around his neck. We're going to get into this video, and then I'll save my comments for later.
There's more breaking news. We're following. Chicago police have just released dozens of hours of surveillance video in the case of the actor Jussie Smollett, who claimed he was the victim of a racist and homophobic attack. Our national correspondent Ryan Young is standing by. Ryan, the video shows Smollett with a noose around his neck when police enter his home the night he says he was attacked. I want to show our viewers the video, then we're going to discuss. Watch this.
Okay. So I explained to them how you were going to get something in. And the reason I called it because of this shit. Okay. Do you want to take it off or anything? Yeah, I do. I just want to
72 Robert. Shows transport 1 female official protection.
Please want me.
Okay. 1872 Robert.
You're filming this, right? Yeah, this is all being on-play vision recorded. It's hot. They're filming you. Like audio. I guess when they know they're walking, I don't want to be filmed. Okay, so can we turn it off?
Yeah, you're giving us permission. Turn it off.
So Ryan, you've watched this video closely. You've seen the other video that's been released. First of all, tell us about why he was wearing that noose.
Well, we believe that's a part of his story. He told police that the 2 attackers who hit him several times had put the noose around his neck. And I can tell you, detectives actually started reaching into that story almost from the moment they saw that noose. Because one of the things they wanted to talk about is, look, it looks like a very new rope. And it looked like it had just been pulled out of the package. That's something that worried detectives really from the very beginning. Because they wanted to see why someone would have a newly packaged rope in their possession when they would go to do an attack on Jussie Smollett. So that was one question they had. The other voice that we think we hear in the background is Jussie Smollett's manager. And he's probably the person who actually asked police officers to turn off the body camera. All the police officers here in Chicago are equipped with those body-worn cameras. And of course, in the initial stages of any investigation, sometimes this proves to be very helpful to police. We've also asked them, why did they decide to blur out his face when they released this video? So far, we haven't heard why they decided to blur out Jussie Smollett's face. But also, look at the sweater that he's wearing. It's one of the coldest days in Chicago. And of course, he was out and about. We believe there may have been a bleach substance on that sweater as well. It's something that police took into evidence. From here, we do know the story sort of takes a turn because they asked Jussie Smollett, did they want him to be taken to the hospital? He refuses to go with the police officers to the hospital. Look, so many questions about this story, Wolf. We know a special prosecutor has just been put into place in terms of this investigation because there are so many questions about how this case was handled in the days after. So many people in Chicago upset that Jussie Smollett basically got a slap on the wrist after this apparent elaborate hoax that, according to the Olsen-Darrow brothers who were involved in this, who told police that it was Jussie Smollett who came up with this story all along. Now, the actor, for his part, has said no, he didn't, and he was a victim. But the 2 brothers who went along with this, who apparently placed that noose around Jussie Smollett's neck and also hit him a couple times, tell police that it was the actor who came up with this elaborate plot to get more attention. Now, we know there's been big fallout from this. He lost his spot on Empire, even though he's still going to get paid. But since then, the city of Chicago has aggressively sort of gone after this entire story, at one point looking to seek financial damages from Jussie Smollett after this case brought international scrutiny on the city of Chicago and the police department. I should go on to say there are detectives and police officers who were also very upset with the prosecutor's office because they felt like they put in so much work in this case, especially with the scrutiny that was put on the police department in those days, that they wanted to see Jussie Smollett face charges. Now look, he first was indicted with more than like 16 counts. No one ever thought it was going to go that far, but they wanted to see more from the actor in terms of having to pay for what they believe was a crime. This story continues to unfold. Well, if I never thought when we started this case in January, we would still be talking about it in June, but now we're starting to see this video. There's more than 70 hours of video clips that have been released so far. One of the things that we also see is that the two brothers being arrested at the airport. I'm sure we'll be going through this for the next few days.
Sure we will. Ryan Young in Chicago for us. Ryan, thank you for that report.
All right, you guys. So that was a news clip of Jussie Smollett in the video. The rope did look pretty brand new, pretty clean. Coupled with the still photos they were showing weeks earlier of the two brothers in there, just, you know, buying the tools that they needed. To be honest with you, I don't really think that it was just Jussie Smollett that was seeking attention and recognition. It was also the two brothers as well. They were trying to get put on. Regardless, at the end of the day, any contract is a contract. They got paid for it and they went, you know, and actually carried it out. So at the end of the day, I feel like all three of them are in the wrong, but you know, only Jussie Smollett is going to get the brunt of it